I love the color, the texture, the movement of this. It is a design from Orenda Tribe by Amy Yeung, a former fashion executive who is of Dene descent, more commonly known as the Navajo tribe, one of the largest Native American communities in the country. You see her culture in her fashion, and you can see someone's story, of course, in what they create. Her story is layered. It has texture. It has meaning to her life. Take a look at her journey.
If you ask me who my creative directors are, it's Mother Earth and Father Sky.
Amy Yeung is a designer based in Albuquerque, New Mexico, who takes her design cues from nature.
I'm surrounded by the most beautiful land imaginable.
Adopted at birth, Amy discovered in her late 20s that she had Native American ancestry.
I'm Dene, which means I'm Navajo. I definitely was very curious about what it meant to be a Native American. I started traveling to the Southwest and just driving around, pulled to certain areas for no reason, and I later on found that they were the birthplace of my birth mother.
Amy found herself living in California, working her way up the ladder of some of the world's best-known athletic wear companies until she had a change of heart.
I just didn't feel authentic. On one hand, I'm trying to teach my child how to be a super good human, take care of Mother Earth, recycle, and at the same time, mommy's off working in fast fashion.
Amy's life took a turn as she became more deeply connected to her ancestral heritage. She eventually quit her job and followed her passion. In 2015, she started her very own company.
And I started Orenda Tribe with my daughter just to show her how mommy could do things in a different way. It's my commitment to my community that brings me a lot of joy every day. But the heart of it, it's just a way to bring solutions to other people. But it's really just spreading light in the world and being positive and bringing positive change about in a creative way.
Joining us from Albuquerque, New Mexico, Amy Yeung. Amy, you talk about being positive. How are you? I love that. That's how I feel in this dress. It just radiates joy to me. You gave up a very successful career, as we mentioned, some of the top fashion brands. You work for Puma, Reebok, to live what you called your authentic life. A lot of people would say that they would never give up a job at a big company like that. How hard of a decision was it for you?
Oh, it was, it was very easy. I had a young daughter, and I just wanted to actually set a good example for her in the world. I think a big part of this is really, leaving a legacy for your kids. And for me, I just wanted to leave something bigger for her, something more important that we do in the world.
I mean, when you take a leap of faith, and I know that well, not long ago, I took a couple myself, you will have people who say, come on, you're giving up this life in California, a life that people would envy. To do what? To go back to the Navajo reservation, where life is certainly not California dreaming. It's poverty, the education system. We've talked a lot about even the clean water struggle of the Navajo people. But you were ready to immerse yourself in your culture. How did you have to shore up for that part of your journey? Because it could not have been an easy one, especially being a mom.
Yeah. I think it's really just coming in full circle. My daughter had graduated high school, and I'm entering that next chapter in my life, and that next chapter is just to be of service. So you just saw the complete circle, of that journey of coming home.
Yeah.
Who I am, learning where I came from, and learning how I can be of service to my community. Yeah. Which I think during the pandemic, if there's anything we learn, it's that we need to find our community. We need to be, together and united, really work on these problems that we're facing.
I'm curious what you think of the conversation of cultural appropriation when you have people who wear traditional clothing that is not a part of their roots. Do you see it as disrespectful? Is it offensive to see someone wearing what is traditional to your family and your history?
I think, we're attracted to things. We're attracted to things that are old and from the past. I have a lot of ancestral weavings in my shop. I think with, the respectfulness of that is to just be curious, do research, make sure that you're not wearing something that's sacred or ceremonial. I think for me, I would never sell anything that was in that category from my tribe, but certainly to just be respectful and do some research on it.
Right.
I think that a lot of us just don't learn this, in school. So I think for me, part of Orenda Tribe has been to be a place to ask those questions, to be
Right. Well, in the
curious.
end of the day, it's your culture. It's not a costume. And I think that's where it edges people a little bit when you see someone wearing attire that's not their ancestry and they are using it as a costume rather than something of beauty.
Yeah, like the Halloween
Oh,
costumes.
yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Don't get me started on that. But I want to keep it. I want to keep it positive and showcase what you do. You've teamed up with other designers. We have a couple of things here. I'm going to lean down. We have a ring from Mary Jane Garcia. Tell me a little bit about this ring.
oh my gosh, that's one of my
It's
favorite pieces.
beautiful.
That's the soul ring. That's done with some beautiful Morinzi turquoise surrounded by pearl. But that one, we wanted to have something that could be for a generational item. So we have 3 different sizes: small, medium, large. So you can actually buy one for mother, daughter, grandmother. And they're just beautiful pieces because they're all cut from the same stone. So they're all
Oh,
connected.
I know we have one more. Our last look, cloud fly suit. Tell me about this one.
Oh,
Ah,
yes.
it's beautiful.
Fun for me during the pandemic. I spent so much time outside just doing color therapy with dye stuffs. This piece is inspired by Father Sky. It was part of our Voices of Sihasan concert that we did, but just really looking up and looking out and reconnecting with nature. But this is one of our vintage upcycle suit with a little rainbow protection embroidery on the back. That's really where my heart is.
Yeah.
It's really in our ancestral lands here
Well,
in New Mexico.
thank you for sharing your heart with us. We appreciate it. Congratulations on the success, Amy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, dear.
Bye-bye.